Cheers and welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Lauren and today I'm going to be looking at Internet Historian's second channel, Incognito Mode. This one is called No Time for Breakfast. And, you know, that was the story of my, most of my schooling. I did not eat breakfast very often. I would grab like a baggie full of dry cereal or like a Nature Valley bar or something, and that is what I would eat eventually once I throughout the morning, just kind of pick at my dry cereal breakfast. And to this day, like, I don't really do much by way of breakfast. I have like a bagel usually at some point in the morning before I eat later. You know, it's like, it's all good. We're fine. We good. Oops. But yeah, so I don't have time for breakfast. Do you have time for breakfast? Like, and if you do, what do you eat? What is your like go-to breakfast of choice? I don't know if that's what this is gonna be about. Just breakfast. But you know, we're about to find out. So let's find out together what No Time for Breakfast is all about.
RPG sponsor video. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Spies.
006. AA battery.
Alright, you are a spy.
No, I'm not.
And you work for the
Australian Security Services. The ASS.
Like, obviously, the ASS, they are up there in the same league as the CIA, the FBI.
Men in Black. Men in Black 2.
The agents from the Matrix. So, what do you do if, let's say, you're in your commercial flight, you're in coach, because,
yeah, you
know, we don't want you to stand out, you know.
The government famously does not splash out.
It's fucking what for a flight on Qantas?
That's Anthony Albanese, personally.
So you're flying to Iceland. So what
Sounds
are you?
Cold.
What are you wearing? You're a spy, right? What do you wear?
Tuxedo.
That's immediately perfect answer. Yep.
Yeah, but with black shorts so people don't get suspicious.
All right. Dress shoes?
No shoes.
Okay. Now, I'm the sexy air hostess.
Okay.
Drinks? Snacks, anyone? Drinks? Snacks? And then I get up to you and then I go, "This one's on the house, sir." And I hand you a packet of peanuts and it's wrapped in a napkin.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly right. Like, you didn't order any peanuts.
Or a napkin.
And inside, there's a small micro tape.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
And so you put it in your
mouth.
Phone.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
And then it starts playing and it goes, ba, 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 ba. Many kudos.
It's playing. I'm not even wearing headphones.
You're an elite spy with the ASS, and
I pull my AirPods out, and they're out of charge. Only the left one works for some reason.
We've got a mission for you right now. You're on your way to Iceland.
I'm well aware. I say out loud.
Your mission, if you choose to accept it, which we believe you have because you're already on the flight, is to assassinate the president of Iceland. They did 9/11. There was a new one, the Triple Towers. So you gotta take him out. This thing will self-destruct. I hope you didn't like that fucking phone or have any important photos on it or nothing.
No! I had Lord of the Rings, Return of the King with Chinese hard-coded subs.
So, what do you do? You've landed in Iceland.
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I'm still in the sky.
Okay.
Yeah, with the phone that just exploded.
What do you do?
I order my drink.
Yes, sir. What would you like?
Glass of Heineken. Shaken, not stirred.
Okay. The hostess starts shaking the can at arm's length. It goes everywhere. That'll be $12, sir.
Put it on the ASS card, I say.
Okay.
All right, so I land in Iceland. I get off the plane. I go up to the first Icelandic-looking person I can find.
Yep.
I say, oui, where is your El Presidente?
And they go, oh, well, he's up on the top of the hill. It's a big igloo at the top.
Je m'appelle. And I pat his head and I walk away, as is custom in Iceland.
And so begins your mission. But first, let's do a little ad time. Have you heard about Opera GX?
No.
Everybody knows that I'm a gamer and my favorite game is Lego Island 2. I play the multiplayer patch. But oh no, the game is...
Hey, we had Lego Island 2 when I was a kid. It sucked. We couldn't ever get it to work. I think our computer was too old by the time we got to Lego Island 2, so we just had to play the first one many times. Also, I love that these two ladies in their stock photo ladies show up in all the ad reads. I appreciate that.
is lagging. Sandra, what's happening?
Your browser isn't optimized for gaming.
Oh, if only it was. But it's not, alas.
Opera GX.
What, the lady from television?
No, Mo, it's a brand new web browser that allows you to control all sorts of things.
Wow, I can turn down the CPU usage, the RAM, even the download speed with my browser. That way I can run it in tandem with all of my gaming. I'm so excited, I might just say a gamer word. Mexicans.
You can't say that.
I can say Mexicans. Why can't I say Mexican, Sandra? Keep that in. The G stands for gangster, Sandra. And the X stands for keeping it real. I can connect my Twitch. I can connect my Discord. I can even connect my Facebook Messenger and talk to very old relatives. Don't mind that. That's just Grandma saying hello. Light mode, dark mode, fruity de mer, more Mexican stuff. It's also got animated backgrounds. And I'll tell you what, they've got this thing called the GX Corner. You get free games, you get a bunch of deals and stuff, and you've got a release calendar date. It's brilliant. Use our link to get Opera GX, and it has a feature that displays all the new videos from us.
Not only that, Mo, but you can go to the Opera GX mod store and install our special mod.
Look at this amazing wallpaper and theme. What else does it do?
This is what the background music sounds like. Isn't it great?
Oh, look what the sound it makes when I type on the keyboard. That won't get annoying.
Open a new tab.
All this and more.
Wow.
And not only that, you can enable or disable all of these elements, or here's Moist Critical's one. You can fiddle with that and have a weird ad mixture. Look, we had a baby. But hold on, Sandra. I'm so loyal to my old browser, and it's got all my previous bookmarks and stuff.
Just import them all, and you can even import your passwords and cookies.
Lady from the television has really thought of everything. I've got my wallet, Sandra, and I am headed out the door right now to go buy this new browser.
Wait a minute, Mo. It's free, and you can just download it from operagx.gg/incognito mode.
Also, they've got a pretty good social media. It just shitposts all day long. So go to operagx.gg/incognito mode. Add over. Back to the mission. All right, so what kind of gadgets do you have with you?
Give me a... Wait, you're my cue.
This is a flashback. Ah, Mr. Kudos. As you see, we have plenty of gadgets. Come, let us tour the facility. And there's all sorts of quirky things happening in the background. All right, what gadgets can I make for you?
Give me a gun that can shoot tiny bullets.
Right, how small? How small are bullets?
It's like a millimeter across, but it's still a normal-sized gun.
Okay.
It's got a really thin barrel.
Right,
It's
but
like-
the idea is you can have like 400 bullets in there.
No, it doesn't fit that many. It fits
You can't be the
six.
world's worst spy. You got to have something practical.
No, it makes sense because it's really quiet because it's small.
All right.
But just the barrel's really thin, but it's like really thick metal. So I've got
All right.
that.
What else have you got? What else you got?
I've got an umbrella with a poison dart tip in it.
Oh, that's quite good. Yeah.
That is good.
What else you
I'm
got?
just, you know what? Not even poison. It just injects water, but
What does this have to do with breakfast?
you can, you die if you get water in your bloodstream. So I'll just do that.
That's definitely not true.
It is. Wait, isn't it?
No. What do you think a saline drip is?
Okay, air. It blows air into your bloodstream. That kills you.
All right. So you got a bike pump.
In an umbrella. It's like pressurized at all times. Because if you get air in your bloodstream, it hits your heart and you fucking die.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it does that.
I mean, you
no
got to
trace.
hit the vein, and there's definitely a trace. But yeah.
No, not the way I do it.
All right, Mr. Kudos, those are some pretty mid gadgets. Let me show you some of what the Gadget Master has been working on. So, here, what looks like a regular ballpoint pen.
I pick it up and I go to click it.
Careful with it. Don't click it. You click this pen once, makes a very satisfying sound, doesn't it? Yes, you could do this all day long with a pen like this. Irresistible to man. As soon as you hand this off to someone, they'll be immediately distracted for the next 15 minutes, just feeling that satisfying ka-thunk noise every time.
Brilliant. Does it have like a gun in it or poison or...
The haptic feedback in this pen is just so satisfying. You cannot possibly stop. Look, an ordinary wristwatch, perhaps, Mr. Kudos.
A Rolex.
I like that he was saying, you can't be the worst ever spy, and then he just proceeds to give him, like, nothing.
You know me too well.
Yes, well, why don't you press that button there?
This isn't going to be another one of your satisfying pen gimmicks, is it?
Put the watch back down, Minikuda. This other watch, though.
Okay. Another Rolex, indistinguishable from the previous. So that the movie editors doesn't have to download a new PNG.
Yes, well, synchronizes perfectly with Icelandic time.
The time in Iceland is currently 1 a.m.
Ah, look, your company-issued credit card.
It has a razor-sharp tip that you can
like
use
that.
to throw at people.
Oh, yeah, I
And
like that. Ninja Star credit card, yeah.
And it's loaded with $60 in prepaid funds.
Well, by the time you get off the flight, it'll be 48, but... check out these cufflinks. We've been working very hard on them.
What do they do?
Well, if you squeeze your left cufflink, it stops time. But only temporarily.
I don't think I'll need that one, Q. That seems a bit low grade as far as your gadgets go. All I need is 5 pounds of American lead.
Also, one last thing. Over here, I have a device for you just when you get kidnapped. Well, after this whole...
Lab coats must be worn at all times. I think is what that says.
whole set.
No, in this area. Okay. I've been trying to figure out what the things on the back of the door said, and lab coats must be worn in this area.
Wait, what?
Ah, yes, it's Bertie Bott's Every Emotion McNuggets. Perhaps you should take a 20-pack?
Is this one moldy or just green?
That is the feeling of pure envy distilled. See this red one? That makes people angry. See this blue one? That makes them sad.
What does this polka dot one make you feel?
Racist.
Oh. I'm not sensing any change.
So we can't explain it, but some people are immune. Perfect. Okay. Mr. Kudos, you're walking up to the presidential igloo. Now what?
I'm going to scope it out first of all.
Right. That's a good idea. It's like a number one thing in the handbook. They're like, always plan ahead.
Yeah, I pull out my Q phone, which is like the iPhone,
Yep.
the one that Q designed,
Oh, I like that. Yep.
and I'm gonna Google President of Iceland.
I installed the Facebook Messenger app on there, by the way, so that we can just keep in touch. Bing. Hey, how's the mission going? Smiley face.
Good. And then I use the thumbs up, and then I set my nickname to be something so it's not my real name, so no one will know. But anyway, I Google President of Iceland, and then I search President of Iceland house, and then after that I search ways into President of Iceland house.
Oh, that's a good one. By the way, there's one more little hidden gadget. So you may notice that you are wearing one of those Akubra hats. Press this little button on the side. The corks with the strings drop down.
Oh.
A little something to remind you of home. Okay, so you are now outside the President of Iceland's house. So
All right.
what do you do? How
All right, I'm sure that is just a reference I don't get.
do you take this guy out?
Are there any guards blocking the main entrance?
There are 2 guards outside the building and 2 more guards that look suspiciously like snowmen, but you can't be sure.
All right, well, I'm going to sneak up on these snow they thems, and I'm going to karate chop one of them on the neck.
That's lethal.
Not the way I do it.
Oh, okay.
So I do that.
Yeah, just snow.
I look at the other one and I do a backhanded karate chop.
Also, turns out to just be snow. I should have known from the carrot.
Okay, I dive into a bush. I scratch my chin and say, oui. How am I going to get myself out of this one?
All right, you're now in a bush. You suddenly overhear on the radio. Oh, we got 2 snowmen down. High alert. Now, the 2 guards out the front go to check up on Snow Team Seal 6, right? The 2 guards are down. You can now go right through the front door.
So, like, he's fine with the bullets being lethal, but he's like his karate chop to the back of the neck. Oh, it's not lethal the way he does it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. So you're busting through there. Boom.
Yep, I pull out my gun with the very noticeably thin barrel.
So you scan the room. It is not what you think. There is no president of Iceland. Instead, there is a different president. The president of Australia is there on the ground and he is dead.
I didn't do this. I would never do this unless I wanted to or it was convenient.
And then suddenly, oh
high alert, high alert.
A bunch of Icelandic guards come rushing into the room. Oh my god, he's killed the president of Australia. You are taken in to custody.
Okay.
We're gonna have some questions for you, Mr. Kudos. And then they pull out the microchip from behind your ear. And then, yeah, it's like now it's all like radio silent. And then you got like no contact with ASS anymore, right? So the screen goes dark. And we cut to like a week later.
Yeah.
And
I'm like weirdly invested in this like very strange role-playing D&D-esque nonsense. Like, what's gonna happen to Matty Kudos? What is this?
you're in a basement somewhere. You're tied to a chair. You're half naked.
Which half?
The left half.
No, not lefty.
And there's a man who's going to question, Mr. Kudos, you will talk eventually. We can keep you here for months, maybe years. Why did you do it? Why did you kill the Prime Minister of Australia? Ha 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 ha. He's maniacally laughing, right?
I'm going to say, you're never going to get me to talk.
Now, what are you going to do? How are you going to get out of this sticky situation and redeem your name?
Okay, describe this room for me.
It is a dark basement. You are tied with a fairly loose rope to a wooden chair, and your hands are tied behind your back.
Okay, what gadgets do I have on me, if any?
They have taken your gun.
Yeah. Is this the one with the very,
That's
very
the one.
thin
You've got the
barrel?
bike pump umbrella. You've got the pen that goes ka-thunk, and you've got the 20-pack of Bertley whatever's every emotion McNuggets.
All right. I'm going to say, please, whatever you do, don't scratch the part of my head where this button on the Akubra hat is.
Oh, really?
Yes, please. What do you can pull my fingernails. You can pull my balls. You can pull my ball nails, but whatever you do, don't touch the spot on my hat.
Looks like you're too late, Mr. Kudos, as I am pressing it now. Bing.
All of the corks fall out, and I say,
Hatch to meet you.
"G'day, mate," and I whip my head so fast that the corks whip him in the face.
Womp womp. It's a 3. Oh, my eye and the bridge of my nose. But actually, I'm fine.
Shit.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere.
I was kind of hoping that the corks would, like, kill him in some way.
No, it bumped me right on the cornea, but I'm okay now. Anyway, and I grab a crowbar. You'll pay for that, Mr. Kudos, as I begin.
I love that it's become I now. It's like, like this is no longer whoever this bad guy is. It is just historian.
Also, hate to see beautiful wooden furniture damaged.
You've already played that card, Mr. Kudos, and I fell for it, and you got me right in the eye. It really hurt.
Okay, but no, that was before. That was for that reason.
Feels
this
like
new
there's something
reason,
in there now.
This new reason is not anything like that.
Who do you work for, Mr. Kudos?
Okay, I'll tell you anything, but please, my only request is that you give me one of the beautiful chicken McNuggets that I have in my satchel over there. But whatever you do, don't eat one yourself. I want all of them for myself.
Oh, really?
Please, the brownish green ones are my favorite. Whatever you do, don't eat that one, sir. Please give it to me instead.
Don't you know where you are? This is the place where I'm really mean to people. Boy,
No.
did that backfire. And then, anyway, I'm going to roll the dice and... All right, 16. Oh, guess I'll eat that specific McNugget then.
Not that one.
Chomp, chomp, chomp. Wow, I should have really eaten that with some sauce or something. These things are terrible dry.
Looks like you fell right into my trap. That nugget instills you with an intense fear of social interaction and general anxiety.
Oh no, I ate the shyness nuggie?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But here's the everything you do feels uncomfortable.
Stop
this whole
looking at me.
interaction is awkward. You're doing so many social faux pas right now. How are you ever going to live this one down?
He's half naked and I accidentally looked at one of his nipples for slightly too long. I wonder if he's thinking about the fact that I was looking at it.
I bet all the other torturers are talking about you in a group chat that they have that you're not in.
Would it be okay if I turned you around while I torture so that we don't have to look at each other?
That would be fine. Just unbolt this chair and I'll stand up and turn around.
Okie dokie. Yeah.
So this is not only a social anxiety nugget, it is also a you're an idiot now nugget.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
Come on,
okay.
you're taking too long. This is starting to get weird. A good torturer would have done this by now.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good, though. That is pretty good.
And then, all right, so we untied him. Now what?
Like, I'm going to run backwards and smash into him with the chair in the hopes that the chair kind of like breaks in the process.
Okay, let's roll the dice. It does not work. You bounce right off.
Okay, so, is the door open?
Yes. All right, so you go running out. You're out of there now. You're beep, beep, beep. Alarms are going off. You got to get out of there, Mr. Kudos.
All right, I look around. So we're in Iceland. I imagine there is some ice. Is there like a slick patch of ground?
There is.
All right, I'm going to run at it.
There's a slit pack. There's just like a random slick part of this wherever he's at because he's in Iceland. So there's just like a slick patch of dirt or ground because it's icy, I guess. I also have now cottoned on to the fact that No Time for Breakfast is a play on No Time to Die, but like I still wish that we were talking about breakfast a little bit, even if I am invested in this very bizarre spy story.
I'm going to waddle as fast as I can the chair, then I'm going to jump and land sideways, and then skid as fast as I can using the side of the chair.
Oh, that's quite good. And then two guards come running up, and you have a McNugget in each hand, and you go, and they go boom, right in each of their mouths.
And they can't help but chew and swallow. Which two nuggets were they specifically?
One was the intense desire to kiss, and the other one was the intense desire not to kiss. Now the guards are fighting.
Fighting over kisses.
Stop it, I don't want to, Greg. I would really like to, Steve. They're
Not
distracted, and you just go sliding right by. You grab one of their guns on the way out, too.
The thing about Icelandic guards, and a lot of people know this, their holsters are around their ankles.
Yep, and then so you got that, and you're sliding right out there. Now what are you going to do?
I'm going to shoot the gun behind me to use the force to ping myself down the hall.
Oh, yeah. When, like, the tanks fire their guns backwards to go drive faster. Wait, hold on. I'm going to roll a dice. Oh my God. You got a perfect 20.
Yes!
All right.
Yes!
Well, you...
Natural 20!
I love that he's like, you got this perfect score. And he's like, yeah, because he doesn't have the dice. He doesn't have the dice.
Not only do you fire the gun backwards and it works, the bullets will ricochet off the walls, hit the bottom of the chair leg, and give you even more momentum, sending you sailing out of the third-story window of the building. You go falling through the air, land on the ground, on the feet of the chair, they break, and you land in a karate stance uninjured. Now what, Mr.
That is the best nat 20 I have ever heard of.
Cruz? Also, for monetization, somehow inexplicably you got half your clothes back.
I reach into the tuxedo and I pull out, I think you already know what I'm going to say. I pull out the pistol, which I would like to point out has an exceptionally thin barrel.
Right. And what pun do you say?
I say, ice cock, bro, and then I cock the gun.
Oh, yeah, that's quite good.
I have to do it very gently because the really cannot stress how thin the barrel is. It could just snap at like
Sick
a
of hearing about this
sneeze.
stupid gun. I'm rolling a dice.
Why?
It's a 10.
That's
I'm
middling.
going to say that it causes the gun to bend.
Fuck. Okay, so it's now got a 45-degree hook to it, which
Yeah,
I
you
can
get-
now use to shoot around corners.
All right.
Okay.
So, now what? So, you have been set up to kill the president of
Sure, that's how that works.
Australia, and now you've got to get some intel to prove that you were set up, and then you got to, get revenge or something?
This country was built on checks and balances, and the only way I can balance one president's death is with another.
There must be a clue or something.
Yes, I'm going to go back to the scene of the crime because here's the thing. Nobody expects that the killer would go back to the scene of the crime. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to hoof it over to where the president of Australia presumably has still just been left.
Yeah. So you go back to the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
Now, on the ground, you see something very peculiar. A pen with a very satisfying ka-thunk sound. Only one other person had access to such a device.
Someone who could only be viewed through wibbly-wavy flashback vision.
Uh-huh. That's right.
What the fuck? Hold on. Are you telling me?
Dun, dun, the setup. What a twist. Never saw it coming.
Oh, how's the mission going, buddy?
All right, I need to hoof it back.
Ah.
I mean, you know what? You could kind of see it coming because he gave him such crappy stuff.
It seems you've figured out my plans, Mr. Kudos. Very astute of you.
Kathunk?
How very astute of you, Mr. Kudos, to have figured it out. Sorry, I didn't have breakfast. I'm just catching up now.
But why, Q? You made
There's the breakfast. There's the breakfast.
gadgets for my wedding. You made gadgets for my kids' births. You helped me conceive.
Well, I wasn't going to betray you, Mr. Kudos, but then someone gave me a shiny $100 bill, and every man has his temptation. And what will you do about it?
Kathunk.
But what if you took a look at these swimming goggles, and then I throw them, and then when they land near you, they go up in a puff of nerve gas, and you have to roll out of the way.
I'm going to die behind an Icelandic snowmobile made of gold.
You sure are good at ducking and weaving, Mr. Kudos. Maybe you should take the time to smell the roses, and then he just throws some roses. They turn into missiles, and they go flying towards you.
Oh! I'm going to die behind 38 unique wigs.
38 unique wigs. Just like the things that he's like, okay, it's nonsense. It's like, you know, I want to play a game like this where it's just like you can just say anything and it doesn't really matter. And you're only going to have to roll 4 times.
Well, Mr. Kudos, looks like you've dodged twice now. In all seriousness, would you like a stick of gum? No tricks.
I don't know if I trust this man, but I didn't get to brush my teeth this morning. I walk gingerly towards Q, and I reach out to get a stick of gun.
You're gonna Q's there with like absolute surprise on his face. You're gonna grab the stick of gum.
That's the least thing he expects.
Here you go. You grab the stick of gum, and once you pull it,
Wait, here's the thing.
right?
Flashback, I'm behind the 38 wigs. I take the pistol,
Right.
I place it down my pants, and I'll remind you that it was bent previously at 45 degrees. I place it down my pants in my gooch area so that the barrel is now pointing upwards.
Oh,
Flash forward back to present day. I go to reach towards the gum. I say, hold on, Q. I've actually just got a bit of an itchy ballsack. Sure, we've all been there. And I scratch my
I
perineum.
understand, Mr. Kudos. Go on. Scratch it if you must. It will be the last thing you ever do.
Wait, why? I thought we were just having
Because
some
once
gum.
you grab this stick of gum, it will explode.
Well, anyway, and I do a behind, not a front scratch, a rear scratch, and I fiddle around until I find the trigger.
Boy, he's
and I
really
pull
getting
it.
up in there, isn't he?
It's a really deep itch.
A gunshot goes off. Huh. You've got me right in the heart. Q falls to the ground. Dead.
They said 1 millimeter wouldn't be enough.
I underestimated the caliber of man that you really were, Mr. Kudos.
And then I lean over and I blow the smoke out of the barrel. And I walk off into the sunset.
Da, 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 da.
And
You know, otherwise, I imagine Mr. Kudos gets on the back of his motorcycle and his girl jumps on the back too, and off they go.
it's the air hostess from earlier. She was actually on my side the whole time.
Oh yeah, inexplicably, somehow she was. And you both go riding off into the sunset.
Or the Aurora Borealis.
Do not forget Operatic GX. The G stands for excellent.
All right. That was 100% not what I thought that was going to be. Not even, I never, ever, ever would have guessed that. I never. Oh my God. All right. That was good though. That was fun. And I kind of want to play something like that at some point now. And just the sheer nonsense of it all, where it's just like you can just say anything and you don't have to worry about it. Like, oh no. All right. All right. Very fun. Nonsense. I still am curious about y'all's breakfast choices. Because I thought this was going to be about, I don't know, breakfast in other cultures or something. Oh no, I really didn't expect that. That was funny. I love that I was like waiting for like breakfast to come into it for a good half the video too. Just like certain that pretty soon breakfast will be mentioned. And then it kind of was at the end. He was so busy working out how to kill a bro for $100 that he just didn't have time. I get it. Fair enough. Excellent. Anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more stuff like this, make sure you let me know by clicking that like button, helping us out by subscribing to the channel. We also have 2 other channels that you could subscribe to. Those are in the description box below. We've got Chicago Reacts Anime, and we have Americans Learn, where we look at some more different types of stuff. A lot of music, a lot of comedy, history on there. So all sorts of fun things on Americans Learn. And if you want to help us out a little bit extra, you can also join our Patreon. We give you a little bit of extra perks. You get some early videos. You get some videos that we can't post on YouTube, just because of usually copyright, that kind of thing. You get to participate in polls and other fun things, little perks if you become a patron. So thank you once again. I will see you in the next one. Until then.